All right, what's this Cody Ko nonsense?
Let's have an uncomfortable conversation. Someone has been alleging for years now that you, one of the largest commentary creators on YouTube, knowingly committed a crime against her when she was a...
Imagine y'all sending me this as like a prank video and y'all edited over what he said. I could have looked, y'all could have made me like, y'all could have had me panicking right now. Obviously, it wouldn't have been true, but I'd have been like, yo, what the fuck this nigga talking about? Y'all could have went, y'all would have, this would have been a crazy prank. I'm gonna be honest.
Cody, let's have an uncomfortable conversation.
Why would we do that? Because you're fucking assholes.
YouTubers and viewers alike are ignoring and discrediting these allegations solely because the person making them happens to be an unlikable woman online, Tana Mongeau. And you know that people are ignoring this.
It's the N-word girl.
Because nobody is working harder to bury this story than you. And you're getting away with it because commentary YouTube has a serious problem. I can't blame any of your viewers or my viewers for not hearing about this because you've done such a good job hiding it up until now that I only found out about it recently.
Tana Mongeau. I don't know how you pronounce. What is his last name? I don't understand. Opens up about alleged underage hookup with a YouTuber. The influencer clarifies she does not look back on her relationship with the then 25 as a source of trauma. What the fuck?
None of your...
Wait, what date was this article?
And it keeps almost hitting the mainstream, like with this...
June 24th?
Be honest, cheek fillet or wing stop.
Huh.
Now little Cece's, Jets, or Hungry Howie's, lastly Culver's or Five Guys. Love you.
Bro, shut up.
Nobody on your level, nobody in the commentary niche with enough pull is willing to admit that this situation makes you look terrible.
A lot of people like him a lot, and they really are like doing any kind of mental gymnastic to just ignore it.
I'm not here to accuse you of committing a crime in this video because I can't do that based on someone else's allegations. Nobody can definitively take these allegations as proof, but at the same time, they should still be looked at and not treated as an open secret and swept under the rug like you've been doing for so many years now. And from the way the situation keeps popping up more and more often, it's clear that there's only so much rug sweeping you can do before people start taking a closer look at things. So let's take a closer look. We both know that Tana Mongeau is a YouTube personality with a history of lies, controversy, and genuinely problematic behavior.
Specifically N-word abuse. That's all I know about old girl.
That's become so entangled with her brand that her podcast is called Cancelled with Tana Mongeau. And speaking of this podcast, about a month ago, she hosted a live episode in front of an audience, and the conversation turned to you.
Who's the smallest you've ever had sex with?
Oh my God, do no one look at me, Cody Ko. I can say that. I was literally 17. I can say that.
This clip started making the rounds and people were understandably perturbed because if Tana Mongeau was 17, you would have been 25. So people started speculating and Tana decided to set the record straight.
I hooked up with Cody Ko when I was 17 and he was 25.
She claims that...
Damn, bro. Like, you know, it's very easy to say, you know, it's like, that's the bad part. Unless there's video or footage of you debunking this girl from saying what she's saying, at the very least, like, nothing happened with us physically. Is the first thing that you can say if some girl says that she fucked with you and y'all never fucked with one another. You know what I'm saying? But you can't say that because something did happen. But that doesn't confirm the timeline. But that means something did happen. Whatever happened, it would have had to have happened some long time ago too. How old is she? Because I'd have been on this. You mean to tell me the nigga girl coming out saying I did something with her? Absolutely not. This bitch fucking lying.
For age at the time, but someone even tried to stop you and you went ahead and you...
Don't watch their collab video. A collab video? What collab video? It gets worse.
There was a situation with Gabby Hanna at a Playlist Live where she pulled him aside and told him like, yo, she's 17. And then we still went and hooked up.
To be clear, 17 is under the age of consent in many states, including Florida, where Playlist Live used to take place. So this means that...
Their old collab has sexual... Okay, I'm not gonna watch. I just want to see the date. How many years ago was that collab video filmed real quick? Cody Ko. Okay, thank God YouTube got a recommendation system because holy shit, I would not have been able to spell that last name. No. Collab. Oh my fucking God. Oh no. Nigga, this says 8 years ago. This shit says 8 years ago. Wait, what date on it? This is bad. This is actually bad. What's the date? May 13th. I'm about to do some detective
Okay,
investigation.
I just got back, but Sean,
Hold
I
on.
wanted to tell you, I
Hold on.
almost passed you up on famous birthdays, so like
No,
you
you
know,
don't.
just like what
Hey!
you up behind you, my hearticle, smirking face. Just a little brotherly competition.
Motherfucking. When is this woman's birthday? June 24th. Wait. No. She was 17 in this video. No. I mean, I don't mean, but it does. If she's saying she did this when she was 17 and y'all got content together when y'all are 17, and why are you as a 25-year-old alone with a 17-year-old? I'm sorry, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. May 13th is before June 24th, which would have made her 17 at the time of filming this. And I don't even mean that this was filmed the day of. This could have been filmed weeks or months prior to. Yeah. He's fucked. Ah, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Nigga said, Sean, you next on God. I'll let y'all go through my whole phone. Okay. And please do not think I'm playing devil's advocate here. I don't think these people have any type of discretion or discipline that makes them look at minors or girls that happen to be like 17 that's like on the cusp of maybe adulthood. I don't think that I want to believe that there are people that have done idiotic and harmful shit like this. I want to believe that they're not like going out in their day-to-day looking for children to take advantage of, and it's just an extreme lack of discipline. I know it seems easy. It is an easy thing to look at and be like, okay, no, this is the little bro or the little sis or whatever, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many people just like, you know what, it don't mean nothing, or I don't give a fuck. Like, you'd be surprised. Assume she never said anything. You know how many girls probably have a story like this? How many guys got a story like this? I got mad stories like this. Not, you know what I mean. I'm on the victimized side though. But like, a lot of people don't wait, is what I'm saying. I mean, it does take a level of discipline and discretion to look at somebody and be like, okay, like 17 should be off limits, and you not necessarily like I don't know how old he is, like 25 here. I don't look at that and be like, oh, this person is going out trying to victimize little kids. But at the end of the day, it's like some level of discretion should be had for this to prevent something like this from happening. Because there's still arguments and people that are going back and forth over like what the age of consent should be, or oh, in this state is 16, in this state is 17, in this state is 18. Like, it's a lot of people, bro. Hope you're okay. I hope so too, but you never know. Shit come out in other ways, you know what I mean? So that's why I wouldn't ever tell somebody that type of shit is okay, because it's not. And what makes this worse is that immediately, you know, if I got a brand in a platform as big as this dude Cody Ko, I'm coming out and denying any contact, any inappropriate things happening, any this, any that. But brother, it looked like she been on I don't want to try to minimize, you know what I'm saying, her story, like she on like some clout campaign or nothing like that, but she's literally going on a little bit of a little mini tour talking about how the fuck, you know what I'm saying, you took advantage of her as a minor.
It was a crime.
Nothing would make this situation better, but plenty of things make it worse, like the fact that she was a fan of yours at the time, adding an additional layer to the power dynamic you would have had over her.
Like,
Oh, that's fucked up.
grew up loving him, and I think you
Oh,
know what
that's
I
so
mean? Like, I
fucked
was just like excited and a fan.
Tana seems to have many feelings about this, which we'll go over a bit later, but she stated very clearly that the actions she's accusing you of are inexcusable.
If I had a 17-year-old daughter or a little sister or something, like, I would kill. I would never let it fly.
These recent allegations are bad enough on their own, but there are a couple of things that make them worse still.
Amazed
Things
by
that
how
many people don't know
huge
yet.
creators
But
I hear about through allegation videos.
Yeah, it's been some large dudes Off the top of my head, all I know of is EDP and now Cody Ko, Dr. Disrespect.
Tana has been making the same specific claim against you for years now. Here she is back.
Oh yeah, Boogie.
Back in 2021 saying the same thing.
I was 17 at the time, 18. I started kind of hooking up with other people. Shout out JC Kalen, shout out Cody Ko.
But what lends the most credibility to Tana's claims, and what is really the most damning thing for you, Cody, is a clip that you might not have even seen yet. See, I read the Rolling Stone article, I watched the YouTube videos about this, and they all missed something. And I understand why. The clip I'm about to show you is extremely hard to find. The original has been lost to time, and it's a wonder we have this on video at all. But if there was anything to give me any more clarity about these allegations before I formed my opinion, I was going to find it. Remember how Tana said that fellow YouTuber Gabby Hanna tried to stop you before everything allegedly went down? Well, did you know that Gabby is actually on record telling the exact same story several years ago?
One time, I told a guy, I saw him making out with a girl at a party who was underage, and I pulled him aside and I was like, hey man, you probably don't know, I know she like looks a little older, she's underage, watch it. And he was like, oh my god, thank you for telling me. And then he turned that.
This is really bad. People make accusations all the time, specifically regarding things that are very difficult to prove or disprove, unfortunate as that may be. But when somebody makes an allegation and they say they have a witness, and that witness can be found telling the exact same story years before any of this came out,
Even though at the point, like, and that's even worse, because at the time of making out, right? And he's saying that they fucked that same night. At the time of making out or whatever the case is, that means he already knew that she was 17 before he got the warning. That's what that means, 100%. It has to, 100%. For them to be at that point, she already had to have told him her own age. She must have. I don't know about his content. I've seen some clips, you know, every now and again that people think are funny. I think are funny. You know what I'm saying? But I just know that he's a big, you know, creator. It's such a creepy line to try to tote, because if somebody wanted to look at this and be like, yeah, nah, he's a pedophile, get him out of here, completely fine. But I think people need to be appropriately categorized so that they can learn what problems within themselves to accurately address. Because if I call somebody who's like going out of their way to seek out children and prepubescent teenagers or whatever the case is, like, I feel like there's a class or a category you can put them in to either kill them or get them treatment or whatever reformation needs to be appropriately handled. But I feel like there's a slightly different course of action that needs to be taken with somebody like this. Of course, you can still implement the criminal system, and obviously you did something illegal and you victimized the child. But such a severe lapse in discipline and judgment in this regard, I feel like there's a different level of treatment for. I don't know what the course of action would be for this. I'm not saying that don't seem crazy though. It does. It still seems crazy. It still seems crazy. A 25-year-old and a 17-year-old is still enough of an age disparity for somebody to be like, nah, that's creepy as fuck. 100% it is. I just want people like accurately categorized so that they're not given improper tools to deal with whatever issues that they have, so they don't repeat, offend, and do it again. You know what I'm saying? Because if you end up giving somebody the wrong treatment for something, I don't think it gets them to address what their actual core issue is, and I just don't know what it is to address with this particular thing.
Cody, the allegations.
I know it's not the exact same, but it is. As far as the legal system is concerned, it is.
Against you seem to have been corroborated. But instead of researching to find these answers like I did, many of your fans seem far more interested in attacking your accuser.
I have seen so many comments, but what was she wearing? It's Tana, so who cares? Well, it's Tana Mongeau.
The reaction to this has been unsurprising but incredibly disappointing, demanding proof that they know she can't provide.
Yeah, these are the conversations that I'm tired of having. The people that like to say, well, but 17 is still good in some states, and she can definitely still consent in and this and that. That's
You remember being 25. You would have known then, as I currently know at age 25, that nobody this age should need an explanation for why a 17-year-old is off limits. Because you remember being 17 too. Now, thankfully, Tana's personal experience with this isn't one of trauma. In fact, I've seen people defending you by saying, Tana said she doesn't care, so why should any of us care? But that's not exactly what she was saying.
I don't associate or hold it with trauma because I am such a comparative person where I'm like, so many worse things have happened to me.
And even if something isn't consciously internalized as an identifiable...
Yeah, it's still going to affect you later on in some other way. That's the fucked up part about things like this. Like the story I just was telling y'all. The one out of the couple. But you think that there's nothing wrong, or you might even know it's wrong at the time, and then time goes by, you might feel something or think something or even dream something, and you're like, why is this happening, or why do I feel like this, or why am I going through this, or what is this? Like, I just feel off. Something just feels like not right, or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know what it's from. And that's like even the more fucked up part about it, because even though you acknowledge something might be wrong in that exact moment, if you don't necessarily get it treated like almost instantly, something completely different could be happening to you, and you feel a completely different way, and you don't know how to identify it because you didn't get the help or the issue for this particular issue or this particular problem at the right time. That specifically is one of the biggest reasons why you don't entertain people that are that much younger than you in any capacity like that, because it's very easy to get confused. It's very easy to write stuff off, not get help, not get, treatment for certain things. You're like, oh, it's not really a big deal. But it is, or it'll turn into a big deal later. You don't want to be the person that ends up taking advantage of somebody. You know what I'm saying? If nothing else should stop you, it should be, I could potentially be aiding somebody and ruining their life. If nothing else stopping you.
Source of trauma, the body keeps the score.
I know things manifest in ways other than me directly feeling them. Like maybe I don't feel traumatized in certain aspects from certain things, and other things I do. But, maybe they just manifest in ways other than directly feeling.
Damn, she just like, whoa. Nigga girl spitting.
The answer to why any of us should care is that a person has tried to come forward about her experience and has been met with the most vitriolic victim blaming I've seen in years. She's been dismissed, discredited, and disbelieved before anybody ever gave her a chance. Because it's Tana, which sets a horrible precedent that if a person runs out of goodwill, they lose the right to come forward with their experiences.
The most traumatizing thing of all of this really was seeing how many people don't believe people or don't believe me. I feel so bad for all of these young girls, because then they see that and then it makes them not want to come forward.
And you, Cody, are part of the reason she's been met with this reaction. Your status as one of YouTube's golden boys has made it possible for you to ignore a situation that almost anyone else would have had to respond to by now.
I know for a fact if you swapped out Cody Ko with someone that people didn't like that much, I would be receiving so much more sympathy.
I find your silence on the situation
Do people really like him like that? I've seen clips, but actual full-length content or a video I've never seen.
But from one creator to another, you absolutely have an obligation to, at the very least, call out the misogyny, the victim blaming, and all manner of cognitive dissonance
This is where I feel like this type of thing goes wrong, because this is a waste of time. If the same guy who enacted in the behavior that would ultimately victimize a child, who he acknowledges as a child, someone came to him and said, you're kissing a child, and you proceeded to have sex with said child, this is not going to be the same guy that speaks up. And sometimes it is. You got people that are pretenders, and they hop on the bandwagon that they think is most beneficial to them, lucratively speaking. They'll be like, okay, let me be more PC, or let me be more correct in most of my decision-making processes, because I know that it's going to make me money, or I know that it's going to put me in proper standing socially speaking. But as far as the demand or the obligation that he might feel to speak up against the misogyny, when that's exactly what he did to commit this crime, I don't think that's reasonable. I don't think that's reasonable, These are not the same people that are going to come out and rectify the situation, especially if he's been silent for the last however long about it, and she's been public about it for however long she's been public about it. And there's evidence. Like, this video, I don't even think is deleted from his channel, which would make sense. If it weren't true and this woman is just lying on you, I would completely remove all content with her and I from any of my social media, but it's still there. It's still here. It's just fine. The fact that there is video of us together in a singular space is bad. She looked like a baby in this video. I don't know what she looked like, but for a fact, and we have dates to confirm, for a fact, she is 17 years old.
I said something about it online and it was starting to surface, and he texted me like, are we good? And was like, I said yeah. And like, he was like, my wedding's coming up.
You do have a history of making bad choices when you're terrified of people finding things out, like your history of using slurs.
5 nigga 6 nigga 7 nigga 8 nigga 9 nigga.
There's more clips than that, but the reason most people are blissfully unaware of them.
I'm not shocked though. I just assume, it's a bigger shock to me when white people haven't used the N-word, bro. So if there's somebody that's using the N-word and they just like it comes out later on, bro, like I'm shocked when they don't have a clip. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel.
Is because you posted your vague apology not on Twitter, not on YouTube, but on Patreon, despite acknowledging it.
Hey y'all, some old vines where I say some really insensitive. This was the apology. Like, who is this going to? You know this ain't going to niggas. I wish I never made them. It'd be hilarious when the white content creator apologized to their white fan base for doing something racist. And I'm like, bro, who's accepting this apology? It ain't me. It ain't the rest of the, you know what I'm saying, nigga delegation. I don't know. I think that people are probably looking for like the perfect looking apology. But you can't apologize for something like this. You know what I mean? You can't make a YouTube video and make this right. You know what I mean? It's not. It's way more complicated than that. And in reality, it's actually quite simple. Go and turn yourself into a jailhouse. You got to do something. Like, an apology without action is basically useless. So on the one hand, while people do want him to address this, it's like, what the fuck is he supposed to say? He's supposed to hop on his fucking however many subscriber YouTube channel and say, hey guys, I did in fact have sex with that 17-year-old. That's what you want him to say? You want him to hop on and be like, yo, yeah, it's me. I had her in my room when she was 17. Yeah, we did that shit. Like, it was bad. Like, obviously, bitch ass nigga, like, that don't change nothing. That don't make this go away. That don't make it better. That don't take away any of the things that she's probably gonna go through beyond this point. None of the harassment, none of the, accusations of her lying. It don't hold you accountable for nothing. Like, what do you say? I'm gonna do better now? Well, yeah, nigga, you fucking married. Of course it's easy to not talk to 17-year-olds now that you're married. You have a wife and a child. I don't know what's going on in niggas' mind, bro. I don't. Of course it's easy to say that you're disciplined when you have a partner now. I don't know how to reform people like this. I don't. I can't be mad at people's immediate reaction at this being something like immediate death. But I don't know what the answer is.
Go to cell block 1 with Drake.
Well, I don't know what the answer is, bro. I don't. What is an apology video gonna do though? The damage. I know. Like, there's no point of addressing this on the internet, or like, unless I see a video of him turning himself in or something like that, which I'm pretty sure like there's statute of limitations for something like this. Like, what do we do? You just stop posting? Like, what happens unless it's fake? I really doubt that.